Yeah, I got an ARP on me. I got a chopper that hold that 223. 223. 223. 223. 223. 223. Off of the bridge. I got a chopper that hold that 556. 223. 223. I'm on that Miley Santan, Juju beats. I got an ARP on me. I got a chopper that hold that 223. 223. 223. 223. 223. 223. Off of the bridge. I got a chopper that hold that 556. 223. 223. I'm on that Miley Santan, Juju beats. Don't ever say I'm crazy, I'm crazy.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning into the channel. My name's Andy. Today I got the SuperComp Rebel V1 from New Balance. This is a shoe I didn't even know I was going to order, but I saw it get released early on Running Warehouse, and I'm glad I purchased it. Shout out to Frank from the Supple app, man. He's the one that posted the link on Supple that it got released early. If you haven't checked out his channel, it's Daily Grind on YouTube. He has a great channel. He does a bunch of reviews. I'm glad I got this shoe, man. It is a really good looking shoe. It is an amazing performer. We'll get into all that stuff. I've now done 2 runs in this shoe. This was supposed to be a first run review, but I've actually done 2. I've put about 16 miles in the last 2 days. So we'll get into all that. I'll tell you what I think about it, how it compares to some of the other shoes. But first off, let me tell you a little bit about myself, just so you know what you're comparing, yourself to. I am not a fast runner by any means. I'm more of a middle of the pack runner. I'm a heavier runner, 234 pounds to be exact, about 6'1". I run my daily miles between 9 and 10-minute miles. I start picking up the tempo like at 8-minute, 8:30, 5K pace is like 7:30. I am not fast by any means at all. I'm the middle of the pack runner. So this is just so you guys know who you're comparing yourself to and how I run in these shoes. In my mechanics, I'm more of like a heel foot, midfoot striker, unless I'm really pushing the pace and landing on the forefoot. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me. That way you guys know, how I run and how this shoe is working for me. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys, moving on to the specs. Starting with the upper, we got what Dynafish is calling the Phantom Fit upper here. It is a engineered mesh with some overlays, very similar to the Evo SL exoskeleton. Although I haven't tried that upper, I would imagine it's very similar. I ended up going with the 2E wide fit option here. I just prefer more width here when I can get it. So I am not a wide footer by any means, but it's just my preference. I did hear some people complain about this tapering here. I didn't have any issues with it myself, but then again, I did order the 2E. So just beware. As far as length, definitely go true to size. I would say in general, just go true to size. I didn't have any issues there at all. Laces are good, not too short, not too long. We got a gusseted tongue here with some padding at the top of the tongue. Very minimal, but still, it's nice enough. We got some padding here around the heel collar, also very minimal. So it keeps the upper very lightweight, but there's still some comfort here to where this makes a nice daily trainer where you can run in every day versus like a race fit upper that's not very comfortable. Upper is great, man. I really liked it. It's nice and supportive. It doesn't feel like flimsy like the Dynafish, which I didn't mind. I actually like that upper, but this just feels like a way better upper versus that. As far as breathability, it's not as breathable as the Dynafish. I keep going back to that upper. It's just my reference right now, but this still has breathability. It's not by any means a hot shoe. Moving on to the midsole, man, we got New Balance's Infineon foam. It's 40 millimeters in the back, 36 in the front, a 4 millimeter drop. Very interesting. You also have a carbon-infused propulsion plate. The plate is sitting higher up in the foam here in the heel, and then in the forefoot, it's closer to the actual outsole. You could actually see it here through these grooves. It's very interesting. It's a ATPU foam, so we'll get into all that and what I think about it. But this is where the magic happens. This is foam. Moving on to the outsole, man, you got a polyurethane outsole. Nothing fancy here. It's not too thick, not too thin, just the right amount. There's probably gonna be some questions on durability with this plate being so close to it. Time will have to tell. Apparently this holds up, but we will see about that. I hope there's not issues. I don't think there will be issues. It seems fine so far, but we'll have to see. But I like it. It's a good outsole. I like that it's not too thick like some of the other shoes I've tested that I really feel like they take away from the bounce of the shoe. For instance, some of the Saucony shoes, like they have some really thick outsoles. I have this, I this idea that, you know, they really think outsoles take away from the bounce, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe it's just in my head. I don't know. We'll see. That's not the issue here at all. All right, guys, moving on to my thoughts and my likes about this shoe. Let me just say this midsole is magic, man. This is money. I am so happy that I actually bought this shoe because it really reminds me of the SC Trainer V1. This shoe is like two different shoes comparing the heel to the forefoot. And the heel, it's got that bouncy ride that reminds you of the SC Trainer. Good for those long runs. You know, if you're a heel striker, you're going to love it. Midfoot strikers, you'll love it. You get that good bounce for your long runs, your daily miles. But in the forefoot, it really feels good when you start picking up the pace and hitting those workouts, man. Like, it almost feels like a different shoe once you start getting on the forefoot. For me, once I started hitting those threshold tempo workouts, I start landing in the forefoot, and it just had a more direct, responsive feel. You could kind of feel the plates, but it has that pop. It's just really interesting, man. It's crazy how like it can execute, like it feels like two different shoes in one shoe, which is pretty awesome. When I think of Super Trainer, man, like this really is a super trainer. It really meets like that criteria because it's really versatile. It's really capable of hitting all paces. I was hitting, you know, like 5K pace at one point, 10K pace, half marathon. I was doing like recovery. I know I only ran it 2 times, but I was really trying to go through all the paces. And I will say this shoe felt great for hitting all those paces. It does have an early rocker here, so it's easy to turn over. Once you get in rhythm with this shoe and you hit that pace that you want to go for, it's just so easy to keep going at that pace. I will say it did feel better probably hitting, you know, like your a little bit faster paces, like the recovery kind of paces, like a slower miles. Didn't feel bad, but not the best. Like I feel like I got more out of the shoe once I started picking up the pace or started hitting, you know, like a half marathon 10K pace. I'm actually might consider using this for a half marathon. That's how much I like this shoe, man. Right now, my half marathon shoe is the Hoka Cielo X1 3.0. This just has some similarities in the sense where, like, once you hit that rhythm and you got your feet moving, it's just so easy to turn over and stay in that pace that you're going at. I don't know, we'll have to see. It's also very lightweight, man. You know, comparing it to the SC Trainer V1, I know that's a really old, outdated shoe, but I think a lot of people might remember that shoe. It's probably considered one of New Balance's best shoes of all time. This is very similar to that, except this is lighter, way more versatile, just a lot more stable as well. So today I did a 10-mile run. Elevation gain was 650, so we're going up and down a bunch of steep hills. And man, like I had no issues, no stability issues at all. I usually run those miles in the Red Hair 9, but I've talked about it before where, you know, I don't have stability issues necessarily unless I'm going down a really steep hill in that shoe. And with this, I was able to do, you know, those miles at the same pace I usually do with the same bounce, but way more confidently. Actually, I might have gone down faster and up those hills just because I just felt way more comfortable, confident because it was so stable. This is such a great shoe, man. If I had to compare it to some other super trainers out right now, like the Rad UFO, the Dynafish, you know, I would definitely choose this over those options. This just has a more fun, bouncy ride, but also meets those stability needs and also has just that nice rocker geometry that is so easy to turn over and is lightweight. It's really kind of like combining the Red Hair 9 and the Dynafish together, if I really think about it, which are two shoes I really enjoy. But I would choose this one over them because they have the qualities from each shoe that I like combined into one. I wasn't expecting that out of this shoe, and like I said, I'm just glad I actually got it. But, you know, we'll have to see how it lasts. An issue I had with the SC Trainer version 1 was just longevity. After about 100 miles on that shoe, like it didn't have the same bounce that it initially had. So we'll have to see how this holds up. I've had that issue with a few New Balance shoes before, like the Fuel Cell Rebel V4. I really hope that's not the case here. Those were fuel cell compounds or whatever they were using at the time. So we'll have to see how this holds up. I'll definitely be putting a lot of miles in this shoe. Once I get to closer to 100 miles, I'll do a full review and keep you guys updated and let you know how it held up. But that's all I got for now, man. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys watching all my videos. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, see you on the next one.